CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today I'm going to show you how to make this cute little kitty Lovey. And you are going to be using color pulling for the base, which is what you see here, which is how you see this funky little pattern here. And then I'm going to show you how to make the head and the arms and the ears. So what's going to happen is I have another video for color pulling that shows you how to color pull, and I will link that in the description below if you don't know how. If you do know how, then I'm going to give you the measurements for this bottom part of the Lovey. And then today I'm going to show you how to do that. Like I said before, the head, the arms, the ears, the eyes, and the nose, and so forth. So just if you don't know how to color pull, look in the description box for that. And then I'm going to go ahead and lower my camera, and let's go ahead and see if we can get a measurement on this, okay? And it will be the same. It is a square, so I am using my measuring tape. So it is roughly 19 inches across. So it's about 19 by 15. Okay, so 19 by 15 is what I used for mine, but you can make it any size you want. And you'll have to go through and decide if you want to do the color pulling twice or 3 times, however big you want your Lovey to be. You can make a Lovey as big as a blanket if you wanted to, so it's all just what you want, okay? But let's go ahead and get started with the materials that you're going to need today, okay? So you are going to need some stuffing, however you find it. If you want to repurpose it from somewhere in your house, from a pillow or an old teddy bear or something like that, you can do that. Oh, this is annoying me. There's like a cat hair on here. Or you can get your stuffing from the store. You may already have some. And you'll need a pair of scissors, a darning needle, a size 5mm hook, and the colors that I used for this, this is color pulling, specific color pulling yarn from Walmart. And I don't have the thing on me, but I think it's called Mango. I'll leave it in the description below as well. But that's what I used for this. And then I just used basic white for the arms and the head. And then we're going to use some more of the color pulling on the arms. We used the color pulling yarn on the ears. And then I used a dark brown for the eyes, and then the white for the accents, and the color pulling yarn for the nose, okay? So that's what we've got here today for materials. And as you saw that I used, you may need a measuring tape, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my white yarn, and we're going to start with that. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the head of the kitty, okay? Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, this is still considered amigurumi because we are stuffing the head. So we're not going to go through every little aspect of it, or it would be like, you know, an hour, 2 hour long video. But we are going to, I am going to get you started, okay? Oh, and you might need a stitch marker. So I'm going to use a piece of yarn. But we're going to start off with a magic circle. And if you don't know how to do a magic circle or basic crochet stitches, I have a beginner video that teaches how to do a magic circle, how to do a mock magic circle, and how to crochet in general. And it even has timestamps on it to show you where to find everything in case you're just going to look at a certain thing. And I'll put that in the description below as well. Okay, so we've got our magic circle, and we're going to put 6 single crochets in the middle of this magic circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you'll tighten up your magic circle. And then we're going to go right into the first single crochet, working in the round, meaning we're not going to slip stitch. We're just going to keep going round and round without closing off. So we're going to go into our first available stitch, and we're going to put 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. And we're going to do that in each stitch around for a total of 12. So in the next one, 2 single crochets. And in the next, 2 single crochets. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and 11, and 12. Okay. Okay, so we have our 12 stitches, and let's just count back and we make sure we have them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then you're going to place your stitch marker right into that 12th stitch that you just worked. So into that last single crochet that you did, you put your stitch marker. And then we're just going to keep increasing, okay? So what we're going to do is, and I'm going to show you how to increase, and then I'm going to leave you on your own for a little bit. So you're going to go into your next stitch and you're going to single crochet. And then you're going to go into your next stitch and put 2 single crochets. Then you're going to go into your next stitch and put 1 single crochet. And then you're going to go into your next and put 2 single crochets. And that is your repeat for this increase round. 1, and then 2. And then 1, and then 2. And then 1 single crochet, and then 2 single crochets. And then 1, and then in your last stitch with your stitch marker, where your stitch marker is, pull it out, and then you're going to put 2 single crochets there. 1 and 2. And then you're going to put your stitch marker back, okay? Now at this point you should have 18 stitches, and then you're going to keep increasing again. So now working in the round, you're going to go into your next stitch and put 1 single crochet. Then you're going to go into your next and put 1 single crochet. Then you're going to go into your next and put 2 single crochets. And into your next 1, into your next 1, and into your next 2. And again, 1, 1, and then 2. 1, 1, and then 2. And then 1, 1, and 2. And 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then take out your stitch marker, and in this last one, you should have 2 single crochets. And then you'll put your stitch marker right back into the space of that last single crochet you just did, okay? So we're going to increase up to 6. So what we just did is we worked 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then 2 single crochets. So you're going to go all the way up to 6, meaning in your next round, you're going to do 3 single crochets and then an increase. So you would do 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and then an increase. Then in the next one, you would do 4 and an increase. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 4 single crochet, and then an increase. And then you would do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an increase. And then you would go to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and an increase. So you're going to do that all the way around, just like I've just showed you. And then after you do the 6 and the increase, then you're going to do 4 rounds of single crochet. Now, the reason why I'm not showing this on video is because I've just showed you how to increase, and then you've got all those rows of single crochet. So there's really no point in doing that. But if for any reason you need any help, you can just always message me. I've even done videos for people who are needing help. So if you need that, just let me know. But for right now, I just want you to increase to that 6, the 6 single crochets and 1 increase. So just keep going. By the way, I will let you know for every round the number that you should have. So when we did the 1 and 1 increase, we had 18. then we did the 2 and 1 increase, we had 24, should have 24. So that's what we have right now. Then you should have, with the 3 and 1 increase, 30. For the 4 and 1 increase, you should have 36. When you do the 5 and 1 increase, you should have 42. When you do the 6 and 1 increase, you should have 48. So when you do your 4 rows of single crochet, you should be doing 48 single crochets around, okay? So when you get that all fixed up, then I'll meet you back again. So you should have finished your increases up to 6 single crochets and 1 increase. So you should have had 48 around, and then you should have done four rows of single crochet. So that's what we've got right here. This is what this looks like. And I've just got all my ends stuck in the middle here. And so now we're going to start decreasing. And this is what's gonna make the circle for our head, okay? So, and if you know how to do this, guys, then you can pretty much make anything you can think of, okay? So you're gonna go into your next stitch and you're going to work a single crochet, and you're gonna do that in the next 6 stitches. So including the one we just did, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then in your next 2, we're going to do 2 together, 2 single crochets together. So you're gonna go into your next stitch, only going into the front loop, and you're not gonna pull up anything. And then you're gonna go into your next stitch, going through the front loop, not pulling up anything. And then you're gonna go through both of those, and then you'll have 2 loops on your hook and go through both loops. And that's how we're gonna do our single crochets together. Now, you'll see those done differently, but this is a way of doing them that makes them look almost impossible to see. So I just call them the invisible single crochet together. So it is probably gonna be a little different than what you normally see, but that's how you do it. So then we're going to do 6 single crochets again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then again, you're going to do 2 together. So again, to do that, you're going through the front loop only, and you're not pulling anything up. And then you're going through your next stitch, front loop only, not pulling anything up, yarning over, pull through your yarn. You have 2 loops, go through both loops, okay? And then you just keep doing this all the way around. So again, we're going to do 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then working through the front loop only to do this invisible 2 together. And again, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then your 2 together. Just like that. So you're gonna do that all the way around, and that's how you do a decrease round. And you're gonna keep decreasing all the way back again till you get back to the beginning. So basically, now what I would like you to do is we're doing the 6 and 1 decrease round. Then I want you to do a 5 and 1 decrease round, a 4 and 1 decrease round, a 3 and 1 decrease round, a 2 and 1 decrease round. So after you do the 2 and 1 decrease round, then you're going to do the 1 and decrease round, and then you're going to do a decrease in each 2 around. So you would do a decrease in 2, a decrease in 2, a decrease in 2, all the way around. And then you would simply slip stitch all the stitches together. But what you need to remember is after you do the 1 and 1 decrease round, that's when you need to start stuffing. So after you do the 1 and 1 decrease, stuff your work. Make sure that you pull out a long loop so it doesn't get loose, stuff your work. And then after that, then you would do the 2 decrease in each stitch around, and then you would be able to just sew it together and your whole head will be done, okay? So now we're gonna move on and we're going to work on the arms, okay? So to start the arms, we are gonna use the color pulling yarn. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out here. and see if I can find an end. Okay, and you're going to do a magic circle. And into this magic circle, you're going to put 6 single crochets. Okay, then you're going to pull it together, and then you're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch around, working in the round. So you're going to go into this next available stitch. It can be kind of hard to get into. And you're going to put 2 single crochets. So there's 1. And 2, and then 2 in each one all the way around for a count of 12. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 and 12. And that circle may have gotten bigger in the middle. You can just pull that back, okay? So now you have 12 stitches all the way around, and that's the number we're gonna stay at for our arm. So now we're going to do 2 rounds of single crochets using this color pulling yarn. So you're just gonna count to 12. You can use a stitch marker if you want to, but I would prefer just to count to 12 twice, or 24. So let's just do 24 because that's easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Okay, now at this point you still have 12 stitches all the way around, and you've done 2 rows of single crochet in this color, and now we're going to switch off into our white. You would just cut off this, and then you would go into your next stitch, hold this down there, into your next stitch, and bring in your white, just like this. And then in the back, I take these 2 little scragglies that I had of the color pulling yarn and the white, making sure to leave this one. This is from the middle over there. And then I just do a little tie off so that they stay nice and secure. And I'll just do that twice. And then I can stuff this back into the middle of my little cat arm. Okay, all of our little scragglies, I'm stuffing right in the middle there, okay? All right, so now we can start working around with the white. Now, there is 14 rows of single crochet for this, or what you can do is you can count to 168, whichever you want to do. But so all you're going to do now, we'll count that as our first one, is start counting to 168, or you can do 14 rows with a stitch marker. So you would just go round and round, counting to 168. Or like I said, you could put a stitch marker there and do 14 rows of single crochet. So that's it, just going round and round. Just like this. You're not closing anywhere. You're just working in the round. Make sure that you don't miss this little stitch here though, so you'll keep your count because that's where we changed colors. Okay. And just round and round, do you see? Just wanted to show you what it looked like. Okay, and then you would just keep going and going and going and going until it looked like this, okay? And this would be what your arm looked like for your cat, all right? Okay, so now we're gonna get started on the ear, okay? So all of the ear is the color pulling yarn. So let me just pull this out so I can show you real quick. So this is what we've got going on here. So I've told you about where to find the blankie in the description below. We've got our little arms figured out. We did our head. And so now we're going to do the ears. Okay. Now these ears are sewn on to be a little pointy. When you make them, they're not necessarily pointy. They're more rounded. But when you put them on the head to give them more 3D dimension and to make them a little bit more realistic, we're going to fold them a little bit. And I'm going to show you about that a little bit more in a minute. But okay, let's go ahead and get started. So to start the ears, you guessed it, we're going to do a magic circle. And we're going to single crochet 6 into the middle of our magic circle. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then pull that tight. And then in the first single crochet here, we're going to do 2 single crochets in that. And we're going to do 2 single crochets all the way around for a count of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12. Okay? Just like that. Then you're going to put in your stitch marker. And this time I'm not even going to show you because we already know how to increase. I showed you how to do that right in the beginning of the video. So if you need to refresh, you can rewind and go back. But basically all you're going to do now is you're going to do the 1 and 1 increase. So you're going to go into your next stitch and put 1 single crochet, and into the next you're going to put 2. And you're going to do that all the way around. Then you're going to do 2 and 1 increase. So then you're going to do 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then 1 increase. And then you're going to do 4 rows of single crochet. So once you get that all done, we'll meet back up again. So we've got our ears all finished up. We did our 4 single crochets, and then all you're going to do is tie off at the end. And then to put on your ear, all you're going to do is place it right up here, and you're going to position it the way you want it. And that's why I told you before, there's really not a point to this ear. If you hold it out flat, it's more rounded. But once you turn it like this, then it becomes pointier. And then you can squish it at the end. And so you're literally going to sew it on just like that. And this is where stick pins can come into use. You put your stick pins all the way around, and then you just sew it on exactly how they are. Now, if you want to know exactly how I place my ears or where I place my ears, you can count back from the middle. So what I decided to do for my kitty cat was use this part of my face, which is the front, which is when we did our head. I did the 6 single crochet in the magic circle, and then we kept doing the increases. So this is the front of that. So when I stuffed it, I decided to use this side. So if you can count up from where I did the nose, which is that 6 in magic circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I went about 9 rows up, and that's where I put my ears, okay? And then the same goes for the eyes. Now let me tell you real quick, the eyes are really easy. All it is a magic circle and then 4 single crochets into the magic circle, do a slip stitch, and there you've got it, you've got your eyes. And then put your little white accents in there, and then I glued them on. You can use fabric glue, you can use hot glue, or you can sew them on, okay? And then for the nose, all I did was just did a whip stitch back and forth around that little place right there in the middle, okay? Now to do the whiskers, I'm gonna show you how I did that real quick. I just take a long piece of white yarn, I fold it in half, I take my crochet hook and I go in wherever I want to go, going through 2 spaces, pull it through, and then take both of those pieces and pull through your loop. Then pull tight, okay? Then after you pull tight, however long you want them to be, you cut these, okay? And once you cut them, they tend to stand out. Now you can cut them shorter, longer, or however you want to do them. I'm going to cut these a little bit shorter, okay? And then as shorter they go, the more they even stand out, okay? So that's all I did. And yeah, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Sorry about the noise in the background. Just got everyone home. There's a train going by. My husband's taking a nap and snoring. We're just all quarantined here. So if you heard any of that, I'm sorry. But yeah, so this is how we made the Lovey. All the stuff you're gonna need that I talked about in the video is gonna be in the description below. And like I said before, if you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Facebook, you can find me on YouTube, and all of that is in the description below. But the way to find it is all Custom Comfy Crochet. So thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Watch an ad here or there to help with the funding for this channel. I appreciate it so much, and I hope you guys are doing well and you're staying safe and calm. And we'll see you again soon for another tutorial. Thanks. Bye-bye. Happy crocheting.